Yo, welcome to Raw Tabletop, man. Y'all know what's going on. It's your host Hot. Got my co-host Dirt with me.
Bro.
So tonight, man, we just gonna talk about some John Gold. We're gonna talk about some
still prospering, living independently, and free
nigga.
jugging in traffic. I got you.
Yeah, you got it going on. So tonight, man, we got a list of topics we're gonna talk about, man. The first one we're gonna get into is how to put a good heart on ice. You know, I know it's a lot of people out there that feel like, you know, they good hearted and they getting abused and people using them and X, Y, Z. So, you know, chop it over with my co-host and ask them, you know, how we put a good heart on ice.
Man, you know, it's that's a tricky question because depending on the reason for putting a good heart on ice, it might be a good thing that it ain't easy to do. You
Right.
know, or someone don't know how to do it because as kids, man, we are trained with this nature to where when we don't get what we want, we act out. You know what I'm saying? And you know, discipline, you know, sometimes spankings or whatever that drive that out of us. But so putting a good heart on ice sometimes could be on two different spectrums. If I'm just being nasty because I can't get my way, so I'll stop, you know, being kind-hearted to you until you do what I want you to do.
Right.
Then it's kind of a good, you know, thing that a lot of people don't know how to do it. But how you do it is like these young people say, man, just stand on business. It's you know, I know people that done been broke before and just say, man, I ain't being broke no more. It's just a mindset. You gotta determine in your mind that this what I'm gonna do and you gotta stick to it. Life's so hard right now, man, to where you got so many influences on your mind. You know, you taking in social media, you taking in music, you taking in, you know, peer talk. But a lot of times, if you can't tap into yourself, it'll be real hard to tap into that off switch to turn off. So on the other spectrum of it, when you being so good and people taking your kindness for a weakness.
Right.
You know what I mean? People only come around when you setting it out, or people only cool with you when you doing for them, and when you know, when maybe you can't do the things you used to do, or maybe you just ain't doing the things you used to do. They begin to take on that other role. They begin to act out until you give them what you want.
Right.
But as a child, you know how it's just the same way you do with your child. If she start crying, you know, because of something you ain't giving her, and you give into that all the time, you teaching a bad behavior, you reinforcing a bad behavior. But the same way you will stand on business with her, hey man, you ain't getting nothing else to drink before you go to bed, or we ain't going over there, or you ain't finna do this, you know what I mean? And you stand on it. That's how you turn. That's how you know. That's how you adjust your good heart. That's how you turn it on and off. You just gotta switch into that mode.
Right.
You know that mode you get, man, when you know, man, it's all grind, no shine, and you know, you just gotta go in that mode. And a lot of times, it's hard to turn off when really that ain't what you really want to do.
Yeah. So it's like how you. What's the how I'm trying to say this? When you doing it, like, okay, with a person that you love, you know, you give a person, you know, chance after chance, and you feel like y'all doing, you know, X, Y, Z, but you got a different understanding for them. You know what I'm saying? Your heart just, you know, your heart throbs for them. How do you like decipher like following your mind versus following your heart?
But first, you gotta love yourself first. And there's a thing called toxic love. To the thing that I love hurts me. Some people love getting high.
True.
Some people love to drink. Some people love to be with multiple women. But is it good for them? You know, and it ain't until, you know, they breaking up with their old lady, or they in the rehab, or they done wreck their car, or they, you know what I mean, laid out somewhere, till they realize that, man, boy, this thing ain't loving me back. You get what I'm saying? And then you gotta weigh it out. It's a scale. Life is like a scale, man, and life is like a road. you got to be able to, if we going from here to somewhere down south, or let's just say we going from here to Texas,
Right.
you know what I mean? And all I know is where I'm supposed to be, but I never drove this road before. It's impeccable that I watch the signs on the road, because if I miss my sign, I might miss my turn.
Right.
And if I miss my turn, I'm gonna end up lost, and it's gonna prolong my journey to get to where I'm trying to go. He said, "Well, what you trying to say?" Well, a lot of times, bro, you gotta watch the signs in people. You gotta be able to say, "Wait a minute, now this say no U-turn, or this say a dead end. Why are we going down here? Why do we every time we get on this route, we turn on this dead end road?" At some point, you gotta ask yourself, "Man, is this insanity?" Because doing the same thing, looking for a different result, they tell you that's insanity. So you gotta ask yourself, man, how long do I want to put myself through this? And then that's where self-love come in. That's where self-care come in. To where I value my well-being, or I value my mental health more than I love you. And I love you to pieces.
Right.
Like parents, sometimes they have to just turn their children over to God. Man, you got me up all night. You in and out of jail. I can't do it no more. One of the most scariest things my mama ever told me, bro, is, "Boy, I'm turning you over to God." And when she told me that, man, I was like, wait a minute, because, from how I was raised, turning me over to God, meaning God finna do the discipline on me. And I already know he know everything. So I'm in for it. You feel what I'm saying? But because she loved me so much, she loved me enough to let me go. Because she understand that too much of the hovering and picking me up when I fall is enabling me to fall again. Because people will go out and blow their last when they know they got somebody they can call on to get a little more. But when you down to your last dollar and this your last dollar, you'll make better decisions.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So with relationships and with or whether they be domestic or whether they be, platonic, you got to also ask yourself, man, what am I benefiting from? Then you got to weigh it out. You got to go through your timeline. Man, as long as I've been putting money in this bank account, bro, every time I go to get something out this bank, I can't never get it when I need it. So evidently there must be a hole in my pocket, or somebody else got access to this account. What I mean is, when you keep dumping into a situation that don't give back, and people misinterpret giving back because of monetary things. The giving back got to come from an emotional standpoint. We as men need people to need somebody that we can just go home and vent to. Or we need somebody when I'm facing a hard time, a hard decision, that'll encourage me to, hey man, you got it, keep pushing. You know what I mean? So, well, with that being said, man, you gotta stand on business, homie.
For sure.
You gotta stand on business and stop putting other people before yourself. You gotta, man, make up in your mind, man, that and a lot of people don't turn off that heart because they're afraid. They're afraid of the what tomorrow may bring.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
For sure. Yeah, that was one topic. Next, we're gonna get into we kind of touched on this. Is it a good thing to put your heart on ice?
It depends
on the situation.
Yeah, it depends on why you doing it. If you the recipient of the negative behavior and the thing that's causing you a lot of pain and causing you, you losing sleep and you find yourself thinking about it when you ain't got no business thinking about it, or you know what I mean, when ain't nobody around and the door's closed and this thing is tormenting your mind, you gotta come to the point, man. Every man gotta come to the point where they just say, you know what, bro, I ain't doing this no more. You know what I mean? But that's where self-discipline come in. So you gotta really ask yourself, the love is easy. Love is easy to love, bro, because it's a natural thing. You know what I mean? But discipline, it has to be worked for.
Right.
And you gotta stand on business and tell yourself that, man, I ain't allowing myself to go through this no more. You feel what I'm saying? But when you do, the other party have seen you at this point before. They know that you will say that you ain't gonna do this no more, and if they just give you a little time, you will come back around. So what's the sense of changing? Why should I change anything I do? That's like a child, man. All they gotta do is cry long enough, and you give me what I want. So why I gotta stop crying? He gonna get tired of me crying, and he gonna just give it to me. You gotta stand on business, man. Because if you don't, you encouraging a negative behavior. You encouraging something that can't be fixed.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So
For sure.
what's your take on it?
On the putting the good heart on
Yeah.
us. Being a person, I feel like, I go to good heart, and I feel like, it's like I gotta get pushed all the way to the edge for me to finally just sit it on ice. And that comes like with every aspect in life. Like, it always gotta go too far for me to be like, all right, and put it on ice. But at this point, I done dealt with like all the hurt and trauma and everything, like the pain that hit already. So like it just get to a point where I become numb. So it's like at that point I don't even feel like I have a good heart no more. Like it's like I just like it's like blah. So
So here's to ask you: is it okay to let somebody take you from you?
Nah, it's not. And that's,
is the relationship worth me giving myself away?
Right.
To where I can't gather myself, or I can't retain who I am because of the situations you put me through. You gotta ask yourself, and don't get me wrong, bro. What's not good today may be good tomorrow. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of times, man, if you plant a tree and you plant a fruit on a tree, if you grab the fruit too early and try to eat it, it won't be good.
Yeah.
But if you allow it to grow and go through what it need to go through, at that point, man, you will finally get to understand that, hey, man, it was worth the wait. Hey, everybody in the comments, I see y'all saying, hey, how y'all doing? But yeah, man, I want y'all in the comments to tap in on that question there, man, about, about the good heart and finding out how do you put a good heart on ice. I've given my take on it. Hot gave his take. We want to see what y'all saying, and as y'all come in, we'll come back to it. But we can go to the next one.
All right. So the next one is forgiveness. How to forgive. I know they say the Christian way is to you gotta forgive everybody. But it's like you could easily say it, but it's like how do you know when you truly forgave somebody, or how to truly forgive them? Because it's easy to be like, okay, I forgive this person, but you still get mad about a certain situation or X, Y, Z. So it's like, what are the steps that you could take to actually truly forgive somebody?
Accept the situation for what it is. You accept the situation for what it is, and then there's a misinterpretation on what forgiveness really is. And people feel like forgiveness is meaning that I forgive you and we finna go right back to where we were. You feel what I'm saying? But that can't be the situation. That ain't real forgiveness, because all I'm doing is I just put it to the side. I really ain't forgave.
Right.
To forgive somebody is to accept what they did, come to terms with it, and that may take some time. That's not an overnight thing. But come to terms with whatever the offense that somebody did that needs forgiveness. Come to agreement that say, hey man, you know what? I ain't finna walk around and carry this, like I was telling you a while back about that box. That unforgiveness keeps you in a box. So to get out of this box, I gotta give you forgiveness. But when I get out of this box, don't mean me and you gotta rock together. You feel what I'm saying? A dog can bite me. I don't want to talk about that, but a dog can bite me, and not me, but somebody. And one person might say, man, you need to kill that dog. You feel what I'm saying? Another person might say, nah, man, the dog made a mistake. But a conscious person will, I'm not going to put myself in a position to be bit by this dog again. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not going to allow that to happen. Now, mistakes happen, things happen, and you'll never know, what draws people to do what they do. But if you don't allow yourself to accept something. See, the reason why people can't forgive because they can't accept it. And then before they accept it, they need all the details. So they need proof of this and proof of that. But why put yourself through that torment?
Right.
I'm already knowing, bro, it's smoke in the house. Why I gotta go in there and see it's fire? To get burnt? No, bro, it's smoke and it's flames. Smoke and flames equal fire.
Right.
Why do I need to go in there just to make sure the fire hot? So why I can't get myself no. I can't make you be the person I want you to be in our relationship. Friend, if it's friends, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, I can't make you be that.
Right.
But what I can do is do this. Hey man, that house burning, homie. You can stand there if you want to. I ain't. And when you come out, I'm not going into another house with you because you burnt this house up. Until you can prove that you won't burn houses, I'm going to be over here.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And what forgiveness is, homie, people feel like if I forgive you, then I got to embrace you again. I don't. Well, Jesus forgave Judas. Bro, homie, he said, man, go and be about your business, homie. In other words, he was saying, man, get from around me, dog.
Right.
That's what we talking about Jesus. Man, get from around me, man. Go do what you came to do. Hurry up and do what you do, man. Go on. And I know you gonna rock out. But now, I ain't holding no grudge on you.
Right.
But the pain of Jesus saying, hey, man, I'm not on that no more, drove Judas to go hang himself. The reason why the person that offends you never deals with themselves because they never have to, because they always got you to come back to. So why should I change? Why should I even worry about him forgiving me or her forgiving me? Why?
Right.
I'm gonna get my way anyway. And then the empathetic part of you set in and say, you know what? Man, this person up here, this my dog, man. He ain't had no daddy. He ain't, and then we go to making up all kind of excuses.
Yeah, for sure.
Only to get bit again. At some point, bro, you gotta tell yourself, I'm not finna be bit no more.
Right.
And regardless of what come with it. And that's a hard thing to do. But that's what life is about. Life is about making life-changing decisions, man. My little brother, man, shout out to him. I love that little fella, man. He just had to make a big decision. I think when you was coming on, I seen he had posted that he took him another job out of state. So he feel happy, nervous, and excited all at the same time. But my nigga, he gonna go with his move.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Regardless of what all the advice that he's been given, somebody told him this and somebody tell him he should do this and he shouldn't do that, he got to make the best decision for him.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But in that, if you will never be able to accomplish things in life, if you don't, and it leads me to, a later point, I'll get to that. If you never, ever decide that, hey, man, this way that I'm going, it ain't leading me nowhere. At some point, I need to turn around. And people don't want to turn around unless they take the person that they've been walking with them. But you not ready to turn around.
Right.
So by me holding you, you going to keep dragging me back where you at. I might pull you a little bit my way, but this ain't where you want to be.
Right.
That ain't where you are in life. That don't make you a bad person. We might have just outgrew each other. And it may be a time where you come to where you might be back up. You might catch back up with me.
Right.
But bro, I'm going this way.
Yeah.
And if life presents itself that we meet where I'm at, we might could try this again. But me, I just ain't with the doubling back. Once I turn my back, man, and walk the other way, it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? And I got homies that done cross me, and we ain't beefing.
Yeah.
But we ain't hanging out every day either.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I got friends that was my friends 5 years ago. Man, we still friends, but we don't talk. If I see you somewhere, you see me, I ain't gonna let nobody know. We got issues, and we don't have issues.
Yeah.
But I'm not going out my way to hang with you because I've rechanneled my life. I refocused my life. I've redirected my life. And where I'm going now, bro, you might not be coming. You going to Atlanta, I'm going to Miami. We ain't got no business in the same car together if we leave in Tallahassee. If I'm determined to go to Miami and you determined to go to Atlanta, why are we in the same car?
Yeah.
You know, at some point you gotta change that.
That's real, man. That's real. All right, so to the next topic we got, being understanding or too understanding. And I think I got that one bad. I always find something to be understanding about when it comes to people. Anybody. You know, make up an excuse for them. I've done that with friends and they got crossed 100 times to the point where it's like, all right, bro, you just got to see the situation for what it is.
And when there's no intimacy, it's easier to walk away. That's why you know God encourages us to be intimate with Him in our relationship, because with intimacy comes a sort of a bond that regular friendships or regular relationships will never be, because intimacy makes us one.
All right.
We become a part of each other. So when you hurt, I hurt, and when you ain't feeling good, I ain't feeling good, and when you up, I'm up, and when you down, I'm down.
Right.
But what happens also with intimacy is it makes us hard to separate. Because we so locked at the hip, it take a little more motion to turn away.
Yeah.
See, with a homeboy, if he cross you, bro, it ain't, bro, I know if people on this live right now could tell you, it ain't nothing to block a nigga real quick. And be cool with it. Bro, I had a homeboy, bro, we ain't talk for, boy, because I felt I was right. You felt you was right in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when we tried to talk, we ain't come to no agreement, so hey. I had some a homeboy, you know, call me about another one of my homeboys. Boy, yeah, that fool shouldn't have did that. Yeah, I understand that, but that's my nigga. You feel what I'm saying? And I rock with him. So because you can't determine how I am.
Right.
You can't change how I am.
Right.
So because we can't come to agreement on this situation, you go your way and I'm gonna go mine. And I still love you. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta. With the understanding part is, I understand that my daughter feelings is hurt. Because I won't let her stay up on a school night. Or I won't let her sleep with me.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? No, go get in your own bed. No, I just want to chill out with you. And I understand that hurts, but I understand also that if you sit out here with me, you ain't gonna go to sleep. It's gonna be hard to wake you up. I understand what's gonna happen if I give in.
Right.
And I don't want to keep dealing with that, because dealing with that upsets me. So why put myself through that emotional trauma to where I know this is gonna happen? I know what's gonna happen with this situation. It done happened 1,000 times.
Right.
Why am I expecting someone to change? Sometimes we want to change more than other people, so we make excuses for them. I want it so bad for you that well, you know, this what happened and that. No, man, that's just what they did.
Yeah, for sure.
And then let's just say, that's just what you told me you did, or what I found out you did. Homie, what about stuff I don't know you did? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, yeah. I found out you been talking behind my back, or you the one that had my house, broke into it, blah, blah, blah. But what about the stuff I didn't find out about?
Right.
Because if you was that slimy to go that far, bro, ain't no telling what you did. And you ain't know I knew that.
Right.
So that was some low down, and we were supposed to be like that.
Right.
That was supposed to, that's been low down. But then here's the catch. This is why people are so understanding, because they consider themselves. And they ask themselves, well, I ain't been 100 either. You feel what I'm saying?
So I think about the flaws that you
do. You think about it. Where you done, where if Foolie knew some of the stuff you did, you know, Foolie will probably look at you a different way. That didn't mean you ain't loving, but I wanted to do what I wanted to do. You feel what I'm saying? So the reason for the excuses that people make excuses because they consider themselves. and they would want somebody to be that compassionate or that understanding or that forgiving with them.
Right.
In the case of I ever mess up, I got one in the hole. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Or I want somebody, because nobody ever did this for me, I want somebody to have this kind of understanding for me.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So I project that feeling onto the other person. But then you got to ask yourself, are they worthy of it? Is it worth giving this to you? And then you got to ask yourself, how many times have I given you this? Now, I may have messed up some time, but bro, I ain't still messing up.
Right.
That's when, in our early relationship, I probably would admit, but I ain't still doing it, but you still doing the same thing. What I'm going to do? I'm going to just sit here and let you just keep on bashing me?
Yeah, for sure.
You got to ask yourself, homie, like, what you want out of life? That's what you want to do. This is what you want. If that's what you want, homie, that's cool. And can't nobody tell you nothing different if you cool with that. But I would have to tell somebody, man, listen, man, you keep running that car into the wall, you keep wrecking that car every time, you keep doing, bro, you might not need to drive that car.
Right.
But it's up to you to make the decision. Life is about who makes the best decision. That's why they say it's chess, not checkers. See, in checkers, man, you can just jump all day. But in chess, bro, you got to strategize. You got to calculate your moves. Because you got to make a move now for 7 moves later. You feel what I'm saying? But as a young-minded person, we get so caught up in the jumping and the taking of pieces to where I get infatuated with that and I never learn the game. And then I end up playing a kid's game as an adult. What I mean by that is, I'm playing by kids' rules when we live in an adult life.
Right.
I'm in an adult relationship. I shouldn't be still playing the kiddie rules that I did when I was in high school and had a girlfriend or you know what I mean, just somebody I was playing around with. I can't keep doing that.
Right.
Now, if that's what you want, if you want to be a kid all your life, but that's not healthy. That's almost insane. Like you trying to put yourself in a position. You acting 25, but you 55. If you was to sit back and see somebody that was, that old in the spots where you be at, you'll be like, man, Pop doing too much.
Right.
But why we can't see that with ourselves or with the people that we locked in with?
True.
I gotta ask myself, man, is you doing too much, man? I can't keep doing this.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, we touched on being understanding. The next one was the fear of starting over.
Well, the fear of starting over. Man.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that'll hold on just because they don't want to start over. Like, man, it's too much invested in here. I ain't finna go and rebuild a whole, it's like they feel like they gotta build another person to what they want them to be. And some people ain't going.
Might be dating myself when I say this, but when we had them video games back then, they ain't have the memory to where they would save where you left off. And because I done went so far in the game, I don't want to lose my position. So starting the game over or starting the game over may make me lose my status.
Right.
But we're totally forgetting the part where I got here in the first place. If I did it once,
you could do it again.
I could do it again.
Yeah.
It's funny we'll talk about that, man. I was up early in the morning, man, and I be talking to God, and it was just trying to show me the importance of starting over, and the importance of a reset. Like I got a Fire Stick too at the house, so sometimes I watch that. But if you leave it plugged up too long, the screen will distort. So I done had it plugged up for probably like a month. You know what I mean? I turn it on. Now the color in the screen messed up. And I turn to the regular TV and it ain't messed up over there, But then I turn to this, yeah, and it's distorted. So why is it distorted? I don't know. It's been running the same way for too long, and things are beginning to malfunction because it's been running the same thing too long. But the minute I go and unplug it and plug it back up, then it's good. I turn it back on, the color clear, I can see everything, and it hit me. God said, that's what I was trying to tell you about a reset. Sometimes you just gotta unplug, plug back up, and let your life reset. Let this relationship reset. And the timing that it was out of the plug to the time it was back could be speculative. Sometimes we gotta unplug from each other. That may take, the unplugging of a situation exposes the real problem.
Right.
Because if I plug it back up and it's still doing the same thing, we got a bigger problem. But if I plug it back up and everything is cleared up, then I understand how important the reset was.
Right.
You gotta look at a situation and tell the situation, or be able to tell from the situation. Is it playing clear? Is the screen clear? Is the color distorted? Like from the whole time we've been watching, man, the whole time we've been rocking, man, what's our track record? Name me a good run we done been on.
Right. Yeah.
You can't, sometimes people can't tell what run they done been on.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, man, you gotta ask yourself, man, in life, like, you gotta have courage to try. Like anything anybody ever did that's remarkable or notable, to where they really, can say, hey man, this was a point in my life when I just made up in my mind. You hear the stories all the time. It was a point in my life I just said, I ain't doing this no more. Steve Harvey talked about when he was homeless and he just made up in his mind. Tyler Perry tell you, boy, when he was homeless, he just made up in his mind that he was just gonna do what he had to do to make that change. You gotta ask yourself, when are you gonna come into that point in life, or are you gonna carry it off until you ain't got no time no more?
What about the people like, okay, you might have some people, they got a fear of starting over because they feel they won't find better. Like, they don't want to leave this job because they don't feel like they might find a better job. Or, some people don't want to go back. Like, some people just get content where they are. They don't want to start over because they don't feel it's going to get no better.
But that's the danger. That's the Achilles heel. That's the cancer. Getting complacent.
Right, that's true.
Getting comfortable in where I am and not really wanting more. It's a story in the Bible about when God gave everybody, a certain amount of talents, and he gave this person 1, this person 5, he gave this person 10. But when he gave the person the 1, he was so afraid to lose what he had, he went and buried that. The guy that he gave 5 to went and turned it and made it 10. The guy he gave 10 to went and turned it and made it 20. If you would look up in the Hebrew in the biblical times, it was the equivalent of probably, I think, like $5 million he had done gave them in their money at that time. You feel what I'm saying? If you would get the worth to their money at that time to the worth of our money this time, what that was worth to them. And the fact that dude went and buried it because he didn't want to lose it, because he didn't want to upset the person that gave it to him. The Bible said that when the master came back, he took it from him. He said, bro, you don't even deserve to have this because you ain't working to make nothing better. This what happens, bro, when we in a relationship when one person is pulling this way and one person is pulling this way. It's a whole lot of motion but no movement.
Right. It's like tug of war.
Listen what I say, bro. People misinterpret motion for movement.
Yeah, because you can move, but you ain't really in motion.
You can have motion, but never go nowhere.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? We just doing a whole lot of moving. We not progressing.
Yeah.
And eventually, motion with no movement causes backwards movement. Because I don't even want to push that way no more. I'm so comfortable with being here.
Right.
And wherever the wind blows us, that's where we go. But is that the example that you want to show your son? Is that the example that you want to show your daughter?
Right.
That you gotta settle?
Right.
That you gotta
It's crazy said settle because Swerve just said never get too comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. What up, Swerve? I see y'all calling. I didn't know that was you, but yeah, what's happening?
Yeah, for real. People are they'll be set on like they just comfortable where they at in like a job position or anything. They just there. They don't want to go nowhere.
Yeah,
I'm good over here.
Yes, what's up, bud? Yeah, bud. We're gonna put that on the shirt, bud. Motion with no movement.
For real.
Yeah, man. See, it's everybody get caught up in what's going on around. You know, so this motion word is big, and that's not a knock on you know whoever brought it up. You know, I love them little fellas, man. But what I'm saying is, man, don't get caught up in the motion.
Right.
You gotta determine this thing need to rotate.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Swerve be talking about the rotation gang. I love what he said, man, because that's actual movement.
Right.
We going somewhere. Now, either you go with me, or I'm gonna holler at you.
Right, for sure.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you the biggest problem that people have is allowing their heart to rule their body.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you know, it's hard for people to decipher listening to their mind or their heart. You know, your mind can know what you need to do, but your heart telling you something different.
Yeah and no. See, you know what you need to do, you just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Because you adding up the cost. You know, man, we done been out of town, man. You know, family trips and everybody get to we know we hit the mall and
oh yeah.
Man, you go to add it up and put all that stuff on the counter and the man tell me that these jeans cost $500. Nah, I ain't got knocking nobody that do that, but that wasn't what I was wanting to spend right then.
Right.
So you know what, bro? I'm gonna put these jeans back.
Yeah, for sure.
But something that I want. But I remember we was in Miami, but me and Swerve went in there to one store. That man told me the price of them jeans, but I wanted them. So I paid for it.
Right.
What you want? In life, in a relationship, ask yourself, what do you want?
Yeah.
And be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Cause right now, there's some stuff that come out, bro. The way you put it on, it showed me that you know what you want. Because you ain't around here dressed like nobody.
Right.
And that stuff ain't free.
True.
But you make up in your mind that that's what I want, and you go get it. That same energy that you use to do that, you need to put that same energy. It's all a rotation, bro. You just recycle energy for different situations.
Right.
Everything you need to do, everything we need, God built us to be able to do it on the inside. Yeah. It's just that you got to tap into it. Because if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah, true.
Life ain't meant to be easy, homie. But it's meant to be easy.
Yeah.
If you just follow the script. It's like going to a class, man, and trying to take a test without reading the notes.
True.
Bro, everybody acing this, and you looking around like, man, how he get an A? That's why people begin to hate other people. Because they wonder how this man take off before me, or how this man doing this, or how this girl doing this. Because she decided in her mind that this what she wanted to do. Or he decided in his mind that this what they wanted to do. Now, that could be from the negative aspect. Why do these people keep doing me like this? Because they decided in their mind that that's what they want to do. Can I change somebody for being them?
No.
I can't.
No.
I gotta realize that that's what you want to do. You done showed me too many times. That's where you want to be. Stay over there.
Yeah, for sure.
Why am I come in and try to make you acquiesce to what I want? I'm being selfish now, homie.
Yeah.
I need to find me somebody that want the same thing I want. And this ain't domestic. I'm talking about friendship wise.
Yeah,
bro,
for sure.
I need to find a friend that's on the same page as I'm on. In this stage in life, homie, I'm about elevating. I'm about making some life changes that's gonna benefit my kids. I can't hang around a dude my age that still want to hit the club every night.
Right.
Don't want the baby mama calling you and you declining the calls, and I ain't got no understanding for that. And I love you, dog. But bro, we can't rock together.
Yeah.
Cause we not doing the same. We not on the same thing.
For sure.
What you gonna do in life, bro? When it come down to it, bro, you got to make a decision. You got to stop making decisions that include everybody else or that benefit everybody else. You can't help nobody until you help yourself.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
So you know, I don't know, man. It's just got to get to the point in life, homie. And I wish I had a OG man to sit down and tell me, just look me in my eye and tell me, man, you got whatever you need to do, you got it in you. You just got to pull it out.
Yeah.
And stop letting people pull what they want.
Yeah.
See, what you do is a lot of times, man, I just set myself out there and I say, all right, everybody take what they want, and then I take what's left.
Right.
That ain't help. Yeah, you just get the scraps. But wouldn't it be so much better if I tell y'all, hey man, I got this. I'm finna go make this something, and when I come back, what you do take won't hurt. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta build yourself up before you try to take somebody. Bro, me and you gonna drown together, homie. If I ain't strong enough, because the worst thing you could do when you drowning is to fight the person that's trying to save you. Cause you gonna kill both of them.
Yeah.
You gonna be so in panic, dog. You gonna drown me with you.
Yeah, you pulling. I'm trying to carry you. You pushing my head under the water.
Yeah, and you trying to fight to get out. And when people are in survival mode, bro, they'll show you who they really are. They'll kill you to save themselves.
Yeah, and it was I seen a post going around. They was saying a person raised out of survival shouldn't date a person raised out of love. But you know, it's like a yeah and a no to that, because it's like putting the missing pieces to a puzzle. You know, this person could teach qualities or, you know, bring in the love that this person need or missing. But then they was saying that the person with survival will just be taking and draining.
Check this out. You been to school, right?
Yeah.
You been in the class. And we all had a teacher.
Yeah.
And we understood that some people pass this class and some people fail this class. The teacher can only teach those who want to learn.
True.
I'm trying to teach. Look, I can't be so caught up on little Bobo because he don't want to do it.
Right.
Bobo don't never do his homework. Yeah. He sleep every time I'm teaching. Then he always complaining when he get a bad grade. At first, I'm working with Bobo. Listen, Bobo, go read, go study. This how you do it. And if you need some extra help, holler at me. Bobo don't come to extra help. Bobo hit the door and he do his thing. When he come back in, he get the same result. At some point, the teacher cannot stop the class just for Bobo. Bobo need to find another class. He need to find a class that's more intense, that's more focused on him. But this class must go on. In life, bro, you cannot teach somebody something if they don't want to learn. That light got to come on in that person's head that say, hey, man, I want to change. Or, hey, man, I want better.
Yeah, for sure.
And I promise you, homie, and I ain't big on jumping out of one situation into another. Jumping out of one friend just because I ain't me and my friend no more, I gotta go find me a new friend. No, bro, it took years to build this up.
Facts.
But what God got for you is for you.
That's real.
Bro, listen, man, it's like making a reservation. When you go to the restaurant that you made a reservation at, I don't care how packed it is. Your table's still your table. I got reservations at 8:30. Bro, at 8:29, boy, it's 5-6 people sitting out the door waiting. And I walk right past them all. Because that table is reserved for me. Yeah. Can't nobody sit there. But God got a reservation for you at a place that he wants you to be at a certain time. But you out here in the car worried about who else ain't ready and who else ain't got their table ready. I need to go to my table. And homie, when you get in here, it's love. Holler at me at my table. Put better terms. Y'all get boosts when y'all go to the club. Bro, y'all don't go to the club when the everybody in free before 11.
Facts.
Y'all don't do that.
Yeah.
Bro, guess I ain't worried about it. But our booth is our booth. And even if somebody got their foot over in our booth, or just might be lounging, boy, when we walk in,
You gotta go.
boy, the bouncer said, hey, man, boy, y'all need to move. This spot here reserved.
Right.
That's what God got for you in life, homie. But you sitting out here in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Dealing with stuff that don't even matter. These people can't even get in the club and you out here arguing with them.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What sense does that make? If you look at it in that sense, I got a destiny, I got a date with greatness. Bro, I got a date with one of the baddest people in the world, and that's greatness. I can't let you hold me up. Because if you had a date with one of your dream women, who a woman, celebrity, what's your celebrity crush?
Doggone Tammy.
Tammy. Who is Tammy?
Tammy Walker Flocka.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Tammy. But if Tammy told you today, hey, man, it's finna be me and you, meet me over here at such time. Bro, you might tear this door down trying to get over there to Tammy. And ain't nothing I can do to stop you.
Yeah, go to get Tammy.
Can it? Nothing I can do to stop you.
Right.
But look what's driving you. Excuse my French, but pussy is driving you, homie.
Yeah, the less.
I just gotta put it in the real terms. That's what drove you to do that. You mean a better life don't drive you more than sex or a relationship with somebody?
Right.
Your best self don't drive you like that? Then I gotta find out. It ain't even about you no more. It's about me. I gotta find out what's wrong with me. Two broken people cannot help each other, man. I gotta heal before I help you.
Yeah, for sure.
And you gotta heal before you help me. And until we come to the point of total healness, bro, we are detrimental to each other.
Yeah, and then another thing with people too, like they don't know how to be alone.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Why don't you want to be alone? You want to know why people can't be alone?
Because you be in here too much.
They can't silence the voices in their head.
You be in here too much.
Your self-talk to yourself. But then, I'm glad you brought that up. This is so good. Listen, bro. I'm glad you brought. You always bring out the best in me, bro. Listen, man. The reason why we can't silence them voices because we've never come into agreement of who we really are in the first place.
Oh, my bad. Well, this words I was sitting in the parking lot. Nah, this done hit me hard. Preacher, what's up with you?
Oh, yeah, I see you, preacher.
Dabbing on that.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, boy, that's the time I come on, Pastor. Go ahead on. But listen, Wo. The voices that are in your head is the you and the self that the enemy tells you you're supposed to be. And those two people argue. And whoever has the most influence on your life will win. Yeah. So that outside, because a lot of times we are who people think we are because of the response they give us for being that. You get what I'm saying? And I hate to be sharing my tricks, but this is one of the tricks that I use in because I'm in the retail business. I run a store, general manager over there. So a lot of times when I want somebody to spend some money, I comment what they did the last time while they're in front of somebody. You say, what you mean by that? Well, like let's say Miss Susie come in there, and last time Miss Susie came in, she probably spent about $200. But Miss Susie didn't really come in to spend nothing. Everybody want to go somewhere where people know their name. You know, when you go to your favorite bar and they say, "Hey, boy, what?" Oh, boy, you go and buy something. Yeah. Because they recognized you. They've recognized that with you and gave you a response that feels you. Yeah. So now every time I come in here, I'm looking for them. I'm gonna be them. I'm gonna be there for them. Because whatever they thinking I am, that's who I'm gonna be. So Miss Susan, back to Miss Susan in the store, when I tell Miss Susan and I catch her with her friend, she like, yeah, I come here all the time, don't I, baby? Don't I? Yeah, man, Miss Susan, boy, you sure drop the bag in here. Every time Miss Susan come in here, she gonna drop. I told you, girl. And bro, I promise you, I don't know why this happened, but bro, 8 times out of 10, I can make Miss Susan spend some money she ain't want to spend, just to live up to what I said and who she was. And that's really not who Miss Susan was. Miss Susan came in there on a mission that day. She had somebody to buy some gifts for, and that's what she was there doing. But because I acknowledge that part of Miss Susan, she highlights that part. She does that even more. Why do I say this? Because the part in you that people have highlighted, that you gain the more attention to, that's what you gravitate to. That's what you hold on to. And because I get more attention by being that person, I turn into that person. That's really not me. That was just what I was doing at that time.
Yeah, I said that before. A lot of my mistakes in life came from me living up to being hot.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Because that's what they call me. And guess what? It feels good to be hot because everywhere I go, people know my name. Yeah. Bro, you don't understand, bro. I'm so far removed. I probably ain't rapped in I don't know how long. And bro, it was the other day, probably about 2 days ago. Dude, he said, "Hey man, ain't you Dirt Dog Jit?" I said, "Yeah, homie." Because I gotta be trying to find out where it's coming from now. Man, it's been so long, man. Yeah, homie, I'm Dirt Dog. What up, man? Man, I be watching you on that podcast. So I'm thinking he talk about Dirt Dog Jit from back in the day. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm not finna be whoever you think that is. That ain't me now. But then he say, man, I be watching you on that podcast, OG boy. Y'all be doing your thing, boy. Right. And man, and if you out there, homie, you don't never comment either. So next time you run down on me and tell me that, I'm gonna tell you that, homie. If you be watching, man, tap in.
For sure.
But you gotta get out of this part in life, bro, where you highlight what other people highlight. Man, that's just part of me. That part of me you like, bro. That's just the half of it. I'm really Swerve on top of I wrecked my first car trying to be Swerve.
So I had to stop that shit. Hey, boy, for sure.
Bro, if I'm lying, I'm flying. If y'all like that, man, if y'all can feel what I'm saying, y'all please tap in. But I know it's right because I've been through it. Bro, I was Dirt Dog Jit. I was man, so I had to do some of the stuff I thought I had to do. Yeah. And here I am living a whole different life. And if I wouldn't have changed my ways, I wouldn't be able to experience the life that I'm experiencing now.
Nah, for sure. You can't. It's hard to go up when you still living in the past.
That's my point. That's that motion but no movement.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? The whole purpose of gaining motion is to go forward. Yeah. But if I never get no movement out of my motion, I get caught up in the lights and I get caught up in whoever. That's when you 60 years old still trying to be Dirt Dog Jit.
Yeah. For sure.
What? Man, no, bro. I'm a granddaddy, homie.
Yeah, like it's okay to be like, yeah, boy, Hot was a fool. But Hot gone now.
Bro, I'm talking about gone. and not so much gone because bro, that's who I am.
Right.
Y'all just gave a name to it, but that's really who I am. But the parts that the things that I did while being who I was,
yeah.
Some of those things weren't me. Some of those things were add-ons. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you done seen the old movie where the dude take the girl home and then they take off a leg, take off a wig. And whatever that movie was.
Yeah.
You like, what?
That was the Deuce Bigelow movie.
I'm gonna get you sucker up. Might have been one of them the old movies. But that's when you realize who people are because people put on everything that people like. What I love is somebody that's just genius. That's why I always tell you, man. I got homeboys that ain't gangster at all, and I love them fellas, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I used to envy them because, bro, you just you. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, you ain't gotta walk around with this persona. Man,
you just you, bro. And right, boy, my homeboy, I love him to death, boy. That boy, Uncle Maynard. Man, that boy just him, homie. You can't change that boy.
No.
Whether you hate him or love him, that boy gonna be him 365 days out of the year.
For sure.
Boy, he gonna be him.
Yeah. Caught him at Walmart.
Still him. Yeah. But they not gonna be Maynard, bro. I love him, bro. Some things he do gets on my absolute last nerve.
Yeah.
But I know what I'm dealing with when I'm dealing with him.
Yeah.
So I take him in portions. You feel what I'm saying? Bro, it wasn't a time you see me that you ain't see Maynard.
Right.
It wasn't a time, homie. And then life just took, and I'm not saying he doing something bad and I'm doing something. No, I'm just saying our life was going in two different directions. What I need to do, that man got kids, I got kids. we need to raise. I can't raise my kids at his house. He can't raise his kids at my house. Right. He gotta be at his house. I gotta be at mine because we have different responsibilities. But the person that he loved and gravitated to, if I'm trying to be that for him, then I can't be who I need to be for my kids. I can't be who I need to be for my wife. I can't be who I need to be for me.
Yeah, and people need to normalize too that you can still be friends and not talk every day.
Man, listen. We weren't never friends if I gotta talk to you every day. Mm-hmm. Bro, you need me too much. Yeah. Bro, I got homeboys, man. Bro, me and MB, bro, we still rock out. And bro, I probably talk to food sometimes maybe 3-4 times a year. But when we talk, boy, it's like we ain't never left off. Yeah. Whoa, what up? Whoa, what? Hey, boy, look here, what? And we gonna run it down, and then, hey, boy, I love you too, boy. And I might not talk to food for 6 more months.
Yeah, I got a homeboy like that, man. This dude grew up together since 6th grade. Me and bro probably go like every 2-3 months without talking, but when we do talk, we on the phone for about 2 hours.
You see what I'm saying?
Catching up then.
So why can I have that understanding with my homie, but I can't have that understanding over here? It's because I get lost in this whole sauce situation.
Yeah, like Swerve said, lost in the sauce. Don't get lost in the sauce. He said it earlier in the comment.
Yeah, you get lost in the sauce. And then you gotta come to the point where, man, you gotta stand for something, homie. Right. If you don't stand for something in this life, homie, you gonna fall for anything. And guess what? It's never too late. See, when you get caught up in those situations, you stop dreaming. You stop having aspirations. You stop having goals. You stop having vision. You stop doing what you're doing because of what somebody else got going on.
Right.
But come on, man. You got to live your life. When you die and go to heaven, God is not going to ask you what Dirt Dog did. He's not going to ask you what your best friend or what your people did. He's not going to ask you none of that.
Nah, facts.
He going to be concerned about what you did. It's just like that man with them talents. Man, I gave you one, homie. You ain't do nothing with yours, man. Let me get that back. Get to the point in life, man, where you just say, you know what? Today, I'm gonna start back dreaming, bro. That's what the devil do, bro. The devil he's so crafty, and he can take your by through pain and emotion and depression and heart feelings. He can make you not have hope no more because you feel like it's too far gone. Right. I done been in this situation over here, man. I ain't gonna never find nothing better than that, man. That's the lie of the enemy. But you buy it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it seemed believable because of the state that I'm in.
Right.
But then you have to shake yourself and say, wait a minute. Sometimes you just gotta remember who you are.
Yeah, you gotta always want more.
Yeah, you gotta remember who you are. And the always want more thing could sometimes get you in trouble. Because it's comfortable. It's cool for me to want what I want right here. And we'll see, the more you expose yourself to, the more you desire. This is why I tell young men, man, don't get caught up in the porn stuff because you're going to desire some stuff that your old lady ain't going to never be able to feel. And you're going to always be outside your house. Yeah. Your mind going to always be on the other side of town. Yeah. Because you looking for something out of this person that's not them. Right. So now this porn done created a whole image in your mind and you thinking it's harmless. You thinking it ain't nothing wrong. But bro, it's tearing your insides up. It's tearing you down because you wanting something that somebody, a natural person, can't do what them people do on that doggone thing. Yeah. So now your appetite done increase. Okay, we ain't gotta go to the porn. Sometimes you gotta detach from social media because the things that these people do on here, I can't do. And if I do, I'm gonna put myself in a bad situation. Yeah. But the desire comes because I expose myself to this. What would happen if I expose myself to something positive just as much as I expose myself to the negative? The desire that I have for the negative will turn to the desire for the positive. And if I can focus on the positive and desire the positive, I can put myself in a better situation. Desiring the negative and chasing the negative has always put me in a bad situation. Right. When am I going to come to the point and realize that this don't work? Yeah. Man, cause you see homeboy, you be like, man, fool going off that model, man. He tripping, man. And you just can't understand why. But then somebody can look at you in your situation, man, fool going off that, man. And what's the matter with fool, man? Why fool can't get it? It's good. It's easy for you to see what somebody else doing, but you can't see what you doing. Right. Man, that's when you being I hate to use this term, ignorant. What do you mean by ignorant? Is the lack of knowledge.
Right.
I can't focus on what I got going on, bro, because I'm so focused on what I can tell you everything you need to do, but I can't focus on myself, and I can't take the steps to better my life.
For sure,
bro. And I ain't talking down on it, because bro, I done been there.
Right.
Bro, I had to wake up one day and say, hey man, God dog, now, what the next chapter is?
Right.
I just like going to school and say I want to stay in the third grade the whole time, teaching ain't nothing you can do about it.
Right.
Get out my face. I'm a third grade rider. I'm a third grade class, and you 50 years old still throwing up your threes for the third grade. Man, you is tripping.
Dunce. What dunce cap they used to put on you?
Yeah, you 40 years old in the third grade class talking about, hey, ain't no change in me, homie. Yeah. I'm going to ride till I'm going to rep it till man, you tripping, homie.
Out of here.
Yeah, man, so you gotta, I'm glad we were able to have these kind of conversations in an open forum and for people to hear and for us to dialect with each other, because I believe it's a lot of people out there that deal with that.
Yeah. It's plenty of like people always got questions with nobody to talk to.
Exactly. Or they feel ashamed to talk.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And what I admire is that, man, whatever the situation is, we could talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? And ain't no judgment, cast on nobody for the conversation we have, because how can one learn it unless he has a teacher?
Right.
And how can one teach unless he was sent? And how can one be sent unless he's called by God?
Yeah.
These are the things that God put people in your life for, to be able to bounce ideas off of, for us to be able to come to each other and say, homie, how can I deal with this situation? Bro, that was my biggest mistake, bro. I always bottled all my stuff in. I never talked to nobody. Yeah. And bro, I went through a situation in my life way too long because I just wouldn't talk about it.
Yeah.
Communication is everything, homie.
Yeah, I actually find myself like just random people, like, you know what I'm saying? I got a couple, like, dudes, they ain't my homeboys, but, we cool. And like sometimes they'll just open up and vent. And then I read a book when I was locked up, and it told me, like, some people just need to vent. They don't need to respond.
They don't.
So, and like, that's what I give them. Like, they'll feel 10 times better once they get it off their chest.
But then you gotta ask yourself this though, bro. How am I so helpful to everybody else but me?
$1 million question right there. $1 million question.
Guess what? You're there to listen at someone else vent, and that helps them. Who can you vent to? Find that person and get the venting.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, a lot of times when people vent to us, we become, we're like the trash can.
Yeah, I remember you made that.
Yeah, and they dump all their stuff in us. But if you keep that trash inside of you and never take it to the end of the road and let them people come pick it up or take it to the dump, you will never, ever be able to, because that stuff will begin to stink. Now, I got all these people trash over here at my house, stinking up my house, and I refuse to let it go because I'm a real nigga.
Right.
Really? You gotta find, and listen. People think communication is verbal. Communication is any form of communication.
Yeah.
Bro, if you have to write it down.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, if you say what you want to, if you gotta text 3 pages just to get off your chest what you gotta get off your chest, do it, homie.
Right.
I got a homeboy, bro, we fell out, bro, fool sent me a text so goddamn long. And goddamn, I sent him one too. Goddamn, we ain't talked for about 6 months, and then we find I'm just like, nigga, how long you wanna do this, nigga? Like, man, I'm glad you hit me up, nigga. I love you. And this like one of my brothers. I love him. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. But he, him, and I'm me.
Right.
And we both was standing on that.
Yeah. You
feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you got to come to the point in your life where you realize that I'm worth standing for.
Yeah, for sure.
And what I'm pursuing is worth standing for.
For sure.
Like what you got going on now, man. You be 10 toes down. I ain't never seen you go so hard, but you be more focused, bro, when you ain't got no outside distractions. You know what the Bible say?
Yeah. The
Bible say, no soldier that warreth entangles himself with the cares of this world. In other words, when I'm fighting my fight, I can't be caught up in what's going on over here and what's here, because I got a battle to fight.
Yeah.
Now, once I get home from war, we can deal with that. Boy, anybody that done been in battle, anybody that's a veteran, they'll tell you, man, listen, but they'll tell you, but leave your family home now, homie.
Yeah.
Don't get out here, daydreaming about Jody and all that.
Yeah.
And boy, old Charlie run up on you and kill us.
And bullet them, knock your top off.
Yeah, man, you can't do that, man. You can't.
Yep, Nightmare will do it street out now.
Okay, I see. Yeah, oh, yeah. He Wo's saying that there's different ways to communicate. So what he's saying is his way of communicating is putting it in a song.
Oh, like a venting tool.
Yeah, that's his venting tool because talking to maybe said individual or whatever is bothering me at that time. And and one thing I can say about Youngin, one thing about him, you can always tell how he feeling by his music. Bug, one of them kind of people, you can tell how he feeling. You know what I mean? Bug get deep in his music. Swerve get deep in his music.
And see, that was the thing with me, like with music. Like people like, why you don't make music no more? I really only made my best songs when I was going through an emotion. If I'm mad, sad, or X, Y, Z, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't I just can't wake up and I'm gonna make a song. Now I need to be emotion driven to make a good song.
See, my thing is, but because you don't want to show somebody that side.
Yeah, that too. Like certain songs ain't finna get made. I write it down. I write the song, find the beat and all, but I'm not finna go record it.
But until you get to the point where I don't care what you feel about me, bro, I promise you, homie, these be the people that can't go to the mall unless they sauced up. Bro, I would go to the mall, man, in some slides, a tank top, and some baller shorts. I would go to the mall fresh from up under a car. I would go, bro, it don't matter to me. Now, my wife might get mad, you better put on something. I don't care, because I don't care what nobody think about me no more. I used to.
Right.
I used to be concerned, and I gotta have this certain look. That's why you got, 50-year-old people, dyeing their hair and because you still trying to hold on to an image. You don't want to look, but that's who I am. I'm old.
Yeah, it's over with.
Hey, man, you keep waking up every morning, you'll get here.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't be so concerned about that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that that's never happened to me because I've been there. Yeah. But I found a new freedom, and there's so much freedom and liberty and just accepting what it is, accepting who you are. Bro, you will be, it's just like being EOS from prison. Bro, all your shackles fall off. Bro, when I found freedom, when I finally told God that, hey, man, I don't know who, like what the God that mama them introduced me to, I can never mount up to being down with you, homie. Cause I'm just a wretch undone. I ain't right. But until God, I felt like God had a conversation with me. Listen, man, I been knew who you was. Right. Bro, I just want to rock with you. Right. Without all those stipulations, I'm not saying I can go home and live my life recklessly and still be cool with food. No, but we can get together and we can work on this together. Man, just imagine to me as trying to get the cereal off the top of the doggone top cabinet, climbing all up there, about to hurt herself, and you saying, "Baby girl, I got you." Right. You feel what I'm saying? That's what God doing with us, man. He just want to free us, but we put so much on our backs. We put so much emphasis on what we got going on, and we don't feel like we got to do it by ourselves. Man, find you somebody to get off that too. Right. For sure. Because the way you been getting off it too is using it against you, not to help you. See, you got to watch who you vent to. Yeah. That's why a lot of times, man, when you see counselors, you feel what I'm saying, they end up, using what they know about somebody against them to manipulate them to do what they want them to do. You feel what I'm saying? And sometimes being too open to the wrong person will give that person ammunition about what they can do to get around all your fences and your blocks that you got up. Because we done got too cool. Right. You know my ins and outs. Right. You know what I got going on. You know how I'm rocking. You know what make me feel good. You know what pissed me off. So all you got to do is just maneuver through all that, and you can maneuver me. But I can't give you that power no more. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Because you can do everything else you want to do, man, but stand on every other business. You just got to come to the point in your life, homie, where you realize that I'm standing on this. Yeah. And, bro, that can start today. You just got to have that conversation with yourself. Look, my daughter, man, that girl's special, man. I love Patience, man. Patience I feel like sometimes God speak through Patience to me.
Yeah.
And Patience done told me some stuff that has made me cry, man, about my sister that ain't even living no more. And Patience never met her.
Mm-hmm.
But Patience can tell me who she is and about her and tell me things that she you know, I know her. We were in heaven together. And that kind of stuff just, it just baffled me.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing Patience say, man, is even when I'm mad, like the other night she ain't do something, she started crying, I got mad. So I get ready to walk out. She said, well, damn, there's no prayer, so we can't pray that. And that just tugged at the heart, the strings of my heart. Mm. And I had to realize that, man, listen, man, yeah, we can pray, nigga. Let's get in here and pray. But then there's another thing she does in the morning. She'll go in the bathroom. If I walk out, she'll say, now come back here, Dad. I said, what up, baby? She made me look in the mirror. She said, now look in the mirror and say, good morning, Jesus. Mm. And I was just like, man, this girl here tripping. But the more I do it, bro, the more I get in tune to who I am. Mm-hmm. Because nobody knows the product better than the manufacturer.
Right.
There's things that you don't know about yourself that there's things that you don't know about the car you drive. Mm-hmm. But the person who made it know it.
Know everything.
Bro, I got a car and I'm still finding out stuff about it. But my nephew Bud, he just had a birthday. Shout out Bud, man. Man, that boy showed me something with my car that I ain't know I could do.
Yeah, on the bin.
Yeah, I ain't, bro. I could control my car with my phone, and I could be in Miami and turn my car. Bro, I was at the at FAMU and let you in the car when it was way over there at my job. I did that. You can't do that with no remote control.
Right.
Bro, I just had to expose myself to new information. Mm-hmm. You got to expose yourself to new things before you just give up and say that ain't gonna work.
Right.
I ain't gonna never find another better situation than this.
Right.
Yeah, please. One thing about my daughter, me and her was texting back and forth. I'm gonna put a situation out there, but I always tell her this. One thing I love about you, this is my older girl. I said, one thing I love about you, baby girl, if you put your mind to it, you gonna do it. And bro, sometimes I don't be understanding. I be totally against what she trying to do.
Right.
Cause I can't see it, but it ain't for me to see. It's her life.
True. What
my job is to do is keep her covered in prayer.
Yeah.
Hey man, God, man, you know what it is, man. Work it out if it's work it out.
Right.
Well, Swerve with his little situation, Swerve was in a situation, in a good situation. And bro said, man, look, Paul, I gotta get more than this, boy. And just start applying itself. Mm-hmm. And bro, we called him and said, hey man, I need you to pray about this, man. We're gonna pray right now.
Right.
And boy, we pray, and next thing you know, it comes to fruition. Mm-hmm. But you would never get in that door unless you open it. Mm-hmm. You will never find out what's behind that door. And if I open the door and find out that ain't what I want, I can close it back.
True.
But this whole thing, you overcommit because I'm in it. I gotta stay in it. Mm-hmm. The devil is a lie. Bro, you remember we was at your video shoot and a certain person had stood on top of that bucket and dropped their foot in that oil. Mm-hmm. Did they keep their foot in there?
Nah, boy.
That's my point, Will.
It was funny.
You got to start pulling yourself out of bad situations.
Yeah.
Don't just stay there because that's become your MO. You remember the thing to my man? They ain't telling me to stop doing drugs, but I ain't no quitter.
No, I ain't see that.
Yeah, it's old that they tell me I need to stop drinking, but I'm no quitter.
Oh yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It sounds good, but is it? So you're gonna do something that's continuously detrimental to your health and could possibly kill you just because you're not a quitter.
Right.
And that's the mentality we take in relationships, in life, and it's that we keep doing the same thing because I'm real. I gotta see it through. Man, at some point you gotta realize this ain't working.
Facts.
And move on.
Yeah.
You know.
That's real now. Well, yeah, shoot, man. We about to get ready to wrap this up, man. But we got a few shout outs, man, we need to do. Man, shout out to Swerve, man. New music on the way. Him and Bug got the show April 5th. Y'all push up.
Be there. Be square.
Ladies, y'all free all night, so it ain't no excuse for y'all not to be there unless you gotta work.
And boy, listen, Lil Birdie told me, but I talked to both of them boys. Them boys said they got a show to put on. Boy, I can't wait to see it. But you don't want to miss it. Man, keep
Sure.
the foolishness at home. We prayed up. We praying devils away. So keep your foolishness home.
Yeah.
But if you need something promoted, boy, you better holler at my nephew
Man,
too,
get at me.
man.
T-Man, what's up with you, man? I see you dropping now. I like that. You real consistent. You real consistent.
Yeah, man. So y'all holler at, man. Y'all holler at.
Oh yeah, man. We done the Raw Table Talk Management is up and running. You know what I'm saying? Get at me. And
And if you need to holler at one of us, man, on the low by any conversation we had, man, you know, I ain't on social media because I just try not to be. I'm probably eventually have to get on here. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna let my wife run it because I don't need no problem. You hear me? But what we gonna do is, man, y'all get at us, man, and you know we'll be that ear for you, man. And
for sure. And next week we'll be speaking live at Jack McLean at the Me for a Day second annual brunch.
you know that's on a Saturday.
So you know if y'all free, got your schedule clear, y'all pull up, come check it out. Next one. Oh man, every Friday, T-Man, we here. You feel me? We here every Friday, 9:00. Tap in with us, brother. But yeah, man, y'all go stream that Bub and Swervo. So when the show come, y'all know what's going on, and y'all just need to tap in with them anyway, cause they got heat. Oh, Swerve said we need to take it out with a pearl.
Oh yeah, well we gonna do that. You know.
So yeah, let's get it.
You know, everybody, man, we gonna Swerve requested a prayer. I was hoping, you know, we could get one in. So we gonna pray, man, for and all of these situations are for people that are in certain situations that feel like they can't get out, or people that don't feel like they got somebody to talk to. We gonna pray that, man, God send you somebody and you get a release. You feel me?
For sure.
Let's go. Father God, in the name of Jesus, Lord, we come before you today. We thank you for this time. We thank you for this conversation. We thank you for this platform that we can have conversation amongst brothers without judgment, to be able to get stuff on our chest and also come to a resolution. Now, Lord, a lot of the things that we know that we should do, we find ourselves not doing. Paul talked about that. But Lord, we also know that your word says you create in us both the will and the to-do. So, Lord, those things that we can't do, Lord, create in us the will, create in us to do. Give us the unction, give us the spunk that we need, give us the fire that we need to do the things that we should be doing, or to do the things that you would have us to do. Open our eyes that we may see us how you see us. Open our hearts that we may love ourselves like you love us. Lord, teach us to be a better person. And Lord, we declare and we decree today that yesterday was yesterday. Today is today. But tomorrow I'm going to be the best me that I could be. Lord, we love you and we praise you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Catch y'all next Friday, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in.
Yo.